Hi there, and welcome to the Healthy Teaching Kitchen. I'm Emily Richters, a registered dietitian at the Wilkes-Barre VA Medical Center. Today I'm going to talk to you about some healthy snacks that you can have on hand. We all get a little hungry here and there. We don't want to wait for our meals, so why don't we snack up on some nutritious food items? So that's what we're going to discuss today. As you can see, I have a plethora of items that we'll go into. One of the biggest things about snacks is that it shouldn't be the size of a meal. It should be a small portion. It should provide us just a little bit of energy to get to the next meal. So what we want to include in our snacks is some fiber, protein, and even some healthy fats. These items help keep us fuller and they'll get us to that next meal. What we have up here, again, lots of good items. I'll kind of go through quite a few of them, so that way you can get some ideas whether you're at work looking for healthier snacks to keep in your desk, or if you're just on the go and want something quick and easy. As we start, we'll start over here on the left. We have some more fruit options. So we're getting a little bit of carbohydrate here, but we want to pair our carbohydrates with a little bit of protein. That protein's gonna help us stay fuller a little bit longer until that next meal. So if you have a piece of fruit, make sure you pair it with something that's protein rich. So for example, you could do a little cheese stick with a piece of nectarine. If you have, for example, maybe some raisins, maybe go ahead and pair that with some celery and hummus, which I've made here. I've made some homemade hummus, which hummus is made of chickpeas, and chickpeas are protein rich, and they're also going to give you a little bit of carbohydrate as well. Another great option you could do for a snack would be something like a trail mix. This could include some more dried fruit options, which is going to give your body a little bit of that carbohydrate, a little bit of energy, but also include some of those healthy fats and protein. So what I have here in our plastic bag, great snack size baggie, so that way we're not going too overboard with portions and we're just getting that little bit that we need until the next meal. We have some almonds, we have some sunflower seeds, we have something called pepitas, which are pumpkin seeds. And then we have just a little bit of some dried fruit, so some dried pineapple is what I put in here. Now another option you could do would be some raisins, you could do dried cranberries, dried blueberries. The options are unlimited for dried fruit. Just know that when we dry our fruit, it's a whole piece of fruit that's shrunken down into a little piece, so the carbohydrates do remain the same, so we can't have as much as that big piece of fruit. We have to watch that portion, so about 1/4 cup is what we would want for that. Other options, if you're on the go and you want something that's a little bit more quick and easy to consume, would be something like a protein bar or a granola bar that has quite a bit of protein in it as well. So I have a couple options up here. What you're looking for are whole grains for those, because that whole grain is going to have more fiber in it, and then you want to pair it or have something that has protein in with it. So whether there's nuts and seeds in there, there might be some peanut butter or other kind of nut butter in there. So those are the types of things you want to look for in a bar if that's a little bit quicker and easier for you to deal with for a snack. Other options up here that I have right here in the center would be that crunch. What if you're someone who just loves that crunch? You want to get that crunch in, but you don't want chips, you don't want Cheez-Its, you want something a little bit more nutritious. These are a chickpea snack, so they're going to give you that nice little crunch, and they're dried, so that's where that crunch comes from. They're going to be higher in protein again, and you're still going to get a little bit of carbohydrate, so that energy just to get you to the next meal. You can always pair these, for example, in a way of making like a trail mix, but maybe you don't put the fruit in there. Maybe you just add some more nuts and seeds to it to give yourself a different type of trail mix. So I have a couple different varieties up here. Another option would be something like a fava bean. So this is just another type of bean. All beans are good for us. They're a little bit of carbohydrate, plant-based proteins, so that's going to get us to that next meal, that fullness feeling. We have a couple different nut options. So almonds is a great nut to have. Pistachios, walnuts, those nuts tend to have a little bit more nutrients than just your typical peanut, but it doesn't mean that peanuts are bad for you. So you can always include those, especially because they are a little bit more budget friendly. Always include those in any kind of trail mix if you want, or on its own. Other options I have up here are some hard-boiled eggs. So protein, again, if that's something you're looking for to help keep you full, protein's going to be a good go-to, so eggs contain that protein. You can always hard-boil your eggs ahead of time, and that way then you don't have to worry about making it every day, boiling your water, and having it ready to go and grab for work or anywhere that you might be going. And then the typical crackers and cheese. Cheese can be a healthy option. We have protein in cheese, so definitely picking a whole grain cracker is the best option, and consuming a lower fat cheese. So something like a Swiss cheese. Your cheddar cheeses would be a good option as well, as long as they're a low fat option. And then you can see I have a couple different options up here as well, including cottage cheese, and then yogurt is another option for a good high protein, carbohydrate balance snack. And you can always add a little bit of fruit on top of there. You could do some nuts and seeds on top. You could even do some muesli, which is a raw type of oatmeal or oats, and it has some nuts and seeds in there as well. So that's another option you could do for a quick snack. And as you can see, I have these little bowls here too, so you can prepare those ahead of time. This way, maybe it's the night before you prepare them, or you prepare a couple in advance for a couple days of the week, and that way all you have to do is grab and go as you're heading to work, heading out the door, or if you have a couple minutes at home, it's real quick and easy and it's already prepared. And that's it for our snack class at the Healthy Teaching Kitchen here in the Wilkes-Barre VA Medical Center.